Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to my Character Crusade Season 2 Let's Play featuring Alusell, the Alteration Swordsman, and his little buddy Eric the Slayer. Okay, so as promised, here we are, right outside of Forelhost, and this is the locational target for Part 3 of the Ghosts of Yore epic that we're kind of playing along with here. Forelhost figured prominently in Part 3 of the Ghost of Yore narrative. There are kind of 3 or 4 disjointed little story lines that are going on in that podcast. And if you're interested in it, as I hope you are, because that's what this Let's Play is based on. All the links for all the story segments are below. They're fairly short, they're very interesting, and they give you a lot more context on what Alusell is doing. So if you get a minute, go ahead and check those out. We're acting on the Part 3 story segment there this time. So yeah, and in that little podcast episode, there is a story segment that follows along a commander of some sort who had brought a contingent of soldiers with him to Forelhost to confront the dragon priest Rahgot. I guess Rahgot had kind of diverged, kind of veered from the traditional path of the dragon worship that had been going on. This commander warrior of some sort, came to Forelhost to confront Rahgot to kind of appeal to him to kind of return to the way of wisdom. Not surprisingly, Rahgot didn't want to hear it. Gave the captain an opportunity to leave without being slaughtered. He tried to gather his men and leave, but his men had been possessed somehow by Rahgot, and had turned against him. At that moment that he realized that, Rahgot rescinded his offer to let the commander go, and he had to kind of fight his way out, but not without injury. And the way I am kind of, at least the way I'm hoping to do this, is that was Olaf who told that part of the story. Because if you remember, the last time Alusell was visited by Haldir, who normally shares these stories with Alusell, this time he was visited by the newly uncorrupted ghost of Olaf as well, which was kind of cool, and I think that kind of fits with the way I'm interpreting things here. So we'll see how well that actually fits once we get in there and see what's going on. If we have to take some creative liberties on certain things, then we will. I don't feel too bad about that. But yeah, if you've had a chance to, well, now would be a good opportunity to kind of pause the video and open up the Ghosts of Yore Part 3 story segment. The link is in the description below if you haven't listened to it already. But what we do here is going to be heavily influenced by what was said in that podcast. Well, I guess it's less of a podcast and more of a story short. Okay, this is one of the texture gripes I have. Whatever texture pack I'm using to replace these chests is obviously not working out too well there. I think of the partially snowy chests of the regular rusty variety here. It looks like the texture is malformed a little bit. I do like, I don't remember what they're called. I think they're called like rustic chests or immersive chests or whatever texture replacer that is for that. I like those better. I might replace these at some point soon, probably after this Let's Play. I don't like making mod changes in the middle of a playthrough. unless there's something that adds to it that I feel like I really need. But yeah, I think I mentioned before that there's some missing texture packs from the Tuco guide that I would really like to have. One of them is these chests. It's either Ragnar. I think the Tuco guide actually includes Ragnarok, which makes the rugs look great, but it leaves out Peltapalooza for some reason. I think those two are usually joined at the hip. So I'd also like to add Peltapalooza and the Immediate-born stuff. I would also love to add that stuff in for the vanilla armors and weapons. And it's not a texture pack, but it also leaves out Lean Wolf's better shaped weapons. Whenever Eric pulls out that elven sword of his, it just looks like a boat paddle. I like the thinner versions better from Lean Wolf.
Having this new life as an adventurer. It's what I was meant to do.
Oh yeah, also last episode,
One of the ancient Yore ruins. Who knows what's down there?
that was actually an interesting comment too. I have an idea for Eric the Slayer here that I'll go into. Last episode he commented on, you don't see something like that every day, and he was probably commenting on something in the environment, but it was right after we picked up the wolf shield, and I was debating on whether or not Eric should use the wolf shield because I really liked the heavy body shield, but I've kind of decided to let Eric be his own character, I guess.
I guess I've had my fill of it because I don't miss it at all.
So I'm gonna take cues from him on certain things, and so I gave him the wolf shield to use. I saw it on his back a second ago, but I don't see it there anymore. He must not have it equipped yet. So yeah, I also gave him the Vanguard helmet. It looks a little wacky when he wears it in combat, but I think that kind of speaks to Eric kind of being green. He's got very basic armor. He's going to replace it with stuff that he finds in the field. Hammerfell isn't all it's cracked up to be, trust me. But yeah, you're your own man. And I think having kind of like a patchwork armor set, like he's got the plate shield or the plate gauntlets there, he's got a wolf shield, he's got iron armor, iron boots, and now he's got that funny Vanguard helmet with like the sock on the head. Actually, the Vanguard set's one of my favorites in immersive immersive armors for heavy armor, but it's going to look really goofy on him in the context of everything else that he's wearing, and I think that's a fun little concept to play with right now. He's just patching together armor as he finds it in the field, and him being kind of green and inexperienced.
You there?
I think having a funny look to reflect that is kind of a cool idea. Okay, so we're confronted by this Altmer Legion captain. We haven't seen a single Altmer in the Legion, which is suspicious to say the least. What mission?
The General has sent me to obtain a powerful weapon for the war effort. This was the last great bastion of the Dragon Cult, and their leader's mask was reported to be quite powerful.
Okay. This stinks of Thalmor, actually. But before we kind of confront him about that, let's see what kind of information we can get from him. So what can you tell me about Forelhost?
It seems that after the strength of the cult was broken in the Dragon War, a last contingent came here to create a stronghold and regroup. King Harold's forces crushed stragglers here during the First Era, and it has been haunted ever since. But the specifics of the siege are unclear.
What can you tell me about the Dragon Cult?
They were among the first men to arrive from Atmora, and they worshipped certain animals as avatars of the gods, dragons being foremost. And for their bloody sacrifices, the dragons gifted their priests with terrible power. But their cruelty was too great for men to bear, and they rose up in what would be called the Dragon War, and the cult swept from the land.
Okay, so
Till next time.
this stinks of the Thalmor. Alusell is able to hyper-focus his attention on certain things, so that leads him to being very intuitive, much more so than many other people. The fact that this Altmer is here by himself, posing as a Legionnaire. The Legion would never send this guy on his own. That's a Thalmor thing, right? The fact that he's an Altmer also points to him being Thalmor, although that's a bit prejudice on our part, but still, it's evidence. And the fact that he's looking for some kind of powerful artifact to give them an edge is also very indicative of Thalmor. That is how the Thalmor were able to overpower the Imperial Legion in the first place and come into power in the Great War. There was a powerful artifact, and I don't remember what it was called, but it afforded them the ability to see where their enemies' troops were going and what they were doing at any moment. They lost it toward the end of the war, so they don't have it anymore, but it proves to them, or it proves... I don't know what it proves, but it says to us that the Thalmor are the type to seek out powerful artifacts to give them an edge, and it also indicates that they're kind of at a disadvantage without something like that. So it makes sense that they would send a single covert operative to come try to scout out and find powerful artifacts that would give them an edge against a sort of regrouped and strengthened legion for maybe the second part of this Great War. One that they would most likely lose pretty badly without some kind of outside help. The other thing Alusell is put on edge by is that this guy is actually looking for a powerful artifact to help bolster their ranks. That's completely against what Alusell is about. He's all about individual power on one's own accord. So Alusell determines that this guy is a Thalmor agent. There's nobody else around, so we're going to kill him. In cold blood. Alusell won't mind. Bounty goes away. Alusell is a bit of a cold, calculating bastard, so he doesn't feel bad about this at all. We're going to need the key to the place for sure. We can sell his armor. Might be able to use the potions. Hopefully we don't need them. We can also give Eric some extra water skins to hold on to in case we need them. And Valmir's orders. Okay. Valmir's orders say... You will proceed to the ruins of Forelhost to retrieve the mask from the dragon cult there. If you are discovered, impersonate an officer. It is unlikely that anyone from Skyrim will be clever enough to see through the disguise. Once you have obtained the mask, bring it to Labyrinthian. Okay, so this kind of confirms our suspicion. It doesn't confirm that he was working with the Thalmor, but it does confirm that he was posing. He was an imposter, and that he was likely just trying to use us for his own gain. It also gives us a clue as to something else, that some kind of secondary benefit to to these masks in Labyrinthian. And we don't have a mask yet, so we don't really know anything about them, but we will at some point.
Everything in here seems to be about death. Burial urns, crypts, funeral shrouds. It's a bit depressing.
I suppose so. Eric's a sensitive fellow, though. Much more so than us. Alright, something tells me there's an ambush waiting up here.
I don't think I like where this is going.
Oh, more ghosts. Starting to notice a theme with these locational targets here. Apparently ghosts aren't immune to being pummeled in the face. Okay, so here's the idea that I had for Eric. I think during the course of pursuing this Ghosts of Yore quest, he might be kind of, he becomes enamored with ancient Nord. Yeah, see? It looks so ridiculous. I love it. He might be enamored, he might become enamored with ancient Nord culture and the strength and power of these primitive yet powerful people. So in the course of that, I can see him taking on some of this ancient armor. So he might make that transition fairly soon too. It'll help him look a little less patchwork, but give him sort of a theme and a life of his own. Which is something that... Oh, there's the wolf shield. Great. Which is something that I think really helps flesh out normally bland followers here in this game. Alright, Alusell's a little punchy today, huh? He's like the that guy from the Hawaiian Punch can, or the Hawaiian Punch commercials that is always punching people and punching stuff. I like it. The Dragon Priest dagger is going to look interesting to Alusell. He's probably going to hold on to one to study it at his leisure at some point. Yeah, we might encounter honed ancient Nord swords or axes that might kind of fit Eric's infatuation with ancient Nord stuff at some point. But I think his elven sword right now, that was kind of a rite of passage thing. He's gonna hold on to that, I think. It's odd seeing just an empty chest there. Oh, okay. Only 2 blades on that one. Another coin purse. And a non-empty chest. What do we have in here? So yeah, sorry if my pacing on this is a little slow, but I'm really trying to look for things to expand the story here, looking for clues. Usually the locational targets... Oh, there's a Stormcloak. We saw an Imperial in here earlier, and now we see a Stormcloak, so... I wonder what they were doing here. Were they all looking for this mask? Using magical items doesn't seem like Stormcloak's style, or even Nord's style, but they might be desperate enough for that. So yeah, I don't see Eric using a honed ancient Nord sword, but I do see him using the bow. If I can find a supple one for him, that would be awesome. As it stands, I think the regular ancient Nord bow works better than the or it does more damage than the hunting bow that he's using currently. Oh, here we go. Alright, let's try to find a positional advantage here. Oh, where'd they go? Kill cam screwed me up. Okay, what do we got here? We are down to like half health here. Got the drop on us a little bit there, but TK dodge helped a bit. So we're 2 spells down now. I think I was just gonna say I think our candlelight spell is gonna run out here pretty soon. Still no supple bows. Falmer ears we can sell to an alchemist. Same with the fire salts. Okay, here we go. A journal. Squorm Snowstrider's journal. Alright, this is kind of long, but I think it might be important for us to actually read it. It's not that long. So let's go ahead and read through it here. 13th of Sun's Dusk, First Era 139. At the command of Lord Harald, we have swept our company to the south edge of our territories in an attempt to drive the Snow Elves up north to the main host of his forces. The first few days met with heavy resistance, but as we approach the eastern edge of Lake Honric, we have seen little and less of them. So this is 8 days later. We've begun to receive reports of attacks back around Lake Honeth, and word has come from the front that we should pull back to be sure we are not leaving our rear exposed. If there is a stronghold of elves here, we will surely root them out. Oh, so they're looking for elves, huh? 6 days later. It sounds impossible, but we appeared to have stumbled upon a massive holdout of the dragon cultists, who were believed to be wiped out during the Dragon War. This is First Era 139. So this is around King Olaf's time. Man, that works out almost perfectly, because I think King Olaf's reign was First Era somewhere around the 140s and lasted about 30 years. So, wow, that's actually pretty incredible. This could be before Olaf became king. No, I'm wrong. Olaf was around the 400s, the First Era 400s. Harald was way before that. Interesting. Alright, well, we'll see how this fits. It sounds impossible, but we appear to have stumbled upon a massive holdout of the dragon cultists who were believed to be wiped out during the Dragon War. The elves must wait, as this is a threat we cannot ignore. If we are quick, we may be able to catch them unaware and avoid a lengthy siege. 21st of Evening Star. Okay, so this is like a month later, at least. 3rd week of the siege. 3 weeks later, yeah. The men grow restless with the cold and all miss their families. If that blasted storm hadn't caught us off guard and slowed our ascent, we might have taken the monastery, but as it stands, we may be in for several more weeks of pounding on their walls. I've sent word to Harald to send one of the voice masters to help bring down the wall. 4th of Morningstar, First Era 140. We've brought down their main gate thanks to the young voice master, but the brash lad took an arrow in the neck in the process. It seems he will be joining the 8 in Sovngarde soon. The cultists have fallen back to the interior of the monastery, but soon enough we will breach those defenses. The sooner the better. It's too blasted cold on this mountain. 5th of Morningstar. So, okay. The next day after that. We entered the monastery today only to find all inside dead. It appears they purposely caved in the stairway to the refectory and then took their own lives. Some appear to have slit their own wrists, while others we found with empty vials. Most appear to be poisoned, but oddly there are not as many empty bottles as one would expect by the number of dead. We shall hold up here overnight rather than face the cold and explore the catacombs in the morning to see if we can find another passage to the upper areas. 6th of Morningstar. Is this the next year? Oh yeah, this did bleed into the next year. May the 8 protect us from dragons and madmen. We lost half our remaining men today. We discover we discovered a well in the catacombs, locked but with several buckets already filled. And in their excitement for a drink that didn't risk frostbite on their tongue, 2 score drank before we could stop them. Gods only know how these cultists could use that horrible poison in their own water supply. We've lost more men to this catastrophe than we did taking the courtyard. The well was locked from this side, and the key must be somewhere in the catacombs, but with the ghosts of these dead cultists and the men demoralized, it just isn't worth the search. Let those gods-forsaken cultists drink their way to oblivion and be done with it. The upper door in the courtyard has some sort of barrier over it, and our mages believe that the sacrifice made here will sustain it for decades at the least. We leave this accursed place tomorrow to regroup and push up north, but I will leave this journal so that in an age or so, when the poison is faded, someone may find a way in to be sure the cultists met their due fate. Okay, so this is way before Olaf's time, I believe. And if Harald's men, way before Olaf's time, came here and found dragon cult holdouts, that means the story that Olaf told us was not from his own first perspective. That wasn't him running through here, making a harrowing escape. But it could be one of his ancestors, and it could be important. So it seems like all of these places that Haldir and now Olaf are sending us are to tie up loose ends. Of some sort. Either regrets by any one of them or Talos himself. But it definitely seems to have something to do with their lives. Oh, and I'm getting hungry, of course. Oh, what do we have to eat? Let's keep it light because we're in the midst of a dungeon here and we don't want to vomit. I think having some chicken breast and maybe some apple. That's good. Let's get some water. There we go. Alright. Feeling 100% again. Okay, here we go. Okay, got a quick kill there. That's good because they were going to be peppering us with that frost spell. Keep him stun locked. Here he's using his wolf shield. You look ridiculous. Alright. Okay, these poisons are light. And we might be able to sell them to some alchemy shop. Especially when we tell them about where it came from and how old these poisons are. Might be some historical value to them. Might be able to make some coin. Neither I or Alusell nor Eric are the battle axe type, but actually, I think well, a lot of the ancient Nord stuff, they're not my favorite weapons in the game, but the battle axe I think is the best looking battle axe in the game. I love that thing. It's a little more of a battle. I didn't make full use of my distorted shape there, as I should have. Still no supple ancient bows. Been light on money recently, so hopefully we find a lot of good stuff to sell here, because there's still a lot of spells I would like to buy. There are a lot of chests anyway.
I knew a place could be so ancient. I bet it's over 1,000 years old.
I bet you're right. Okay, should I continue further on this way, or should I go up that way? We also are looking for a locked well and a key to that well. Okay, there we go. Forward power attack worked well there. Make full use of that invulnerability while it lasts. It'll save us from getting into drawn out battles while mages pelt us with elemental spells. Although they don't hurt as bad as they used to with our alter resistances that we took an episode or two ago. That does help. Yeah, this is a really sprawling place. Okay, I'm quick saving here because this looks like it might be a tough battle. In fact, I am going to go ahead and hedge my bets here. Oops. Need Eric to take on the mage. There we go. You know, I just thought of something too. I've been playing for a long time and I haven't okay, so I need 8 more battles with 3 or more people. I guess Draugr and Ghosts don't count as people, but I would really like to make use of this red sand dance. I think it would really fit Alusell's build or character concept quite well. Seems like a lot of fun too. Can't wait to use it. I hope I unlock it by the time or at least before this Unbound season is over. Oh, only 10 spells left. Alright. Soul gem fragments aren't worth much, but they're in the way of the gold, so I'll grab them. They're light also. Okay, where to? There's a soul gem there. Sell that for some gold. Okay, here's another instance of those traps that we're gonna avoid instead of disarm now. Yep. Okay, let's see where this leads. Watch out for that trap there, Eric. Watch your step. Okay, I see ya. Oh man, this guy's tough. Alright. I kinda like that tougher enemies are appearing now. That was one tough Draugr, huh? Are those added by Dawnguard or Dragonborn? Or Hearthfire? Because I know those weren't part of the original Draugr sets. Ooh, Elven. Oh, that's a Dwarven bow. Okay. Valuable enough to pick up. Okay, this goes back out to where we came in. There's that empty chest right up there. Okay. So that at least tells us where we can make an exit if we need to. Alright, let's continue further. A lot of skill progression, though. We're already halfway to 27. We were pretty much at the very beginning of 26. Alright. Spidey senses are tingling. I feel like there's going to be a ghost or two up here. Yeah, alright. Took a shot to the ribs there, but the ebony flesh stopped it. Swinging blade traps here. Alright, let's poke around, see if there's anything valuable. Here's an owned or a honed ancient Nord war axe, but as I said, I think Eric's pretty glued to that elven sword he's got there that he found outside of Silent Moons, was it? Or was it Halted Steam Camp? After his little rite of passage. Still have to think of a name for that thing, by the way. Yeah, okay. I don't think there's a pressure plate over here. I think that's just a positional trigger, or locational trigger. Ah, of course. Jeez, that took a chunk. Alright, let's see if we can recover on that naturally. Okay, so this might be the locked well. We have at least one bucket there. Okay, we have more buckets over here. And a locked cage. Oh yeah, there's definitely water in there. And a master lock. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick save in case I screw this up, but I should be able to just sprint through here. Stubbed my toe on a skeleton. Great. Alright, so now we're looking for the key for that thing. I could pick it, but I really don't want to stay there for the 40 minutes it would take to do that on with a 25 lockpicking skill. Not my idea of a good time, and I think Alusell would rather explore this place and try to find the key than he would trying to pick a lock of that level. And it looks like we've recovered most of our health too, so that saves us a spell. Ha! Oh, swing and a miss. Managed to be elusive enough to avoid the spell, though, at least. Okay. Oops. No matter what's in these urns, they're always worth taking. They always have a high value to weight ratio, so I always just, if they're not empty, I just take whatever I can find out of them. Take all. Sell those to an alchemist. That as well. Okay, which door to pick? Barred from the other side, okay. Guess we're going this way. That was a low-level Draugr. Alright. Now, corridors are too narrow for third-person camera right now, so we're gonna... stay in first person for now. Why my quick reflex didn't kick off there. Unless maybe he was targeting Eric. Oh, there's more. Oh, cool. Eric kicked off his racial ability from Andromeda, or not Andromeda, Imperius. That's Avatar, I think? I like it. Sometimes enemies do that too. That's so cool. Yeah, I'm a Nord fan. I can't help it. I love the Nords. If I'm ever just kind of doing a straight playthrough just for fun on my own, not trying to do anything crazy roleplay related or anything, I always go for Nords. I think they did. Maybe. I don't know. You sure fight like you're descended from ancient Nord warriors. Okay, that's a fairly well hidden pressure plate there. Banded iron armor. That's a little better than what Eric is wearing, so we'll pick that up. It might also go a little better with that ridiculous helmet he's wearing too. Okay, let's see here. Such a high level enemy at this point tells us that we're going the right way, I think. So let's continue, shall we? Okay, I see runes. Great. Okay, are those poison darts or are they spears? Darts. I don't know what's coming out of here because I can't see the dart holes. Okay, just spears. Okay. That was worth it. F5. Okay, so we're gonna need... We'll go ahead and go with flames, because that will be effective against any undead that we find in here, and it also will allow us to trigger these runes. Let's keep it going so we can take advantage of the spell count here. Maybe get some levels in destruction here. Alright. Our spell count is dwindling. Check on that in a second. Ooh, a staff, huh? Do you think those Draugr would have set off those runes? I don't think so. Okay, so it looked like there was maybe a frost and a lightning rune, or maybe just 2 lightning runes. That might be all. Go ahead and kill him in case he wakes up behind us. We don't want to get flanked. I'm hoping that was all of them. But I'm still going to remain vigilant. Okay. Oh boy. Got a hulking Draugr. Oh boy. Alright, we might... Okay, Eric, you need to move. Try to keep him stun locked here. Nice bashing. Oh, there's our supple Nord bow there. Okay, cool. Man, for being very high level and tough to kill, these hulking Draugr have like no good loot on them ever. Alright, there were a couple chests up here to check out. Any traps on this one? No, it's a master lock though. Alright guys, bear with me. I can't bear not to know what's in here. Wow, where is the sweet spot on this? Oh my gosh, it's nowhere to be found. I might just have to cut my losses. Oh, found it. Okay. I tend not to carry a whole ton of lockpicks on me. Just seems unrealistic to have, you know, 400 lockpicks on you, so I find that having about 30 or 40 of them is generally way more than enough anyway. And they can also be a source of income too, because they don't weigh anything and you can sell them for gold. So picking up lockpicks is basically like picking up free gold. Okay. My quick save senses are tingling. I'm thinking maybe Draugr are immune to bleed damage. Oh, flanked me. Out of stamina. Okay, we got an archer over here somewhere, I think. Out of stamina again. Damn. I gotta say, I did pretty well with the timed blocking there when I was out of stamina. Yeah, those... If you don't have a bash, the only line of defense you have to create an opportunity for more offense is a timed block, so those become really important when you're out of stamina. And I think I pretty much nailed them there. Sorry, I don't mean to be braggy, but that was kind of cool. Oops. Honed battle axe. Yeah, those ancient battle axes are so cool. Maybe my favorite character type to... It's really simple, but just the barbarian light armor, two-handed battle axe wielding Nord. Kind of a barbarian concept is probably my favorite type to play. Not a whole lot of nuanced gameplay there. Except you gotta make creative use of all of your tools, your mobility, your bashing, and everything. Pretty similar to this, in order to keep it viable at high levels. And I try to stick with the ancient Nord battle axe because I just think it looks cooler than any other vanilla weapon. Okay, we got darts. Poison isn't gonna do much against Draugr. Get him, Eric. Bash him out of his spell. Alright, I think we're getting really low on magic here. 6 spells, gonna be 5 after this next candlelight spell. There's that honed sword we were talking about, but not gonna take it. Yeah, this is a really long dungeon, isn't it? Quick save, because that was a pretty fierce battle. What do we have in here? Okay, this looks like... Are we in for a Dragon Priest battle here? No. This is high-level Draugr. White Lord. Alright. Sometimes it's best just to bail. What's that guy doing over there? Gotta say though, these battles are going pretty well. I want to see how this build scales at higher levels before I turn it up to legendary. But I feel like I could make it work already if I wanted to move the difficulty up to legendary. Yeah, so this dungeon crawl is kind of a main event compared to my last few episodes, shaking off the rust from my vacation. I know I was kind of coasting a little bit in those episodes. Hadn't played Skyrim in a long time. Hadn't really thought about Alusell all that much because I was out of the country seeing things I've never seen before, so wasn't really thinking about Skyrim too much. But
Don't get too far ahead.
yeah, I feel like I'm back in a groove now, which is good. Alright, what else we got? Okay, that looked like one of those little pillars that hold the soul gem magical traps, didn't it? Oh, yeah, there's one right there. Ah, crap. Did that kill me outright? Holy crap. I tried to dodge through it. I didn't know when it was going to trigger, though. Alright, let's get all this stuff again. Everything but the Warhammer. Alright. How are we going to approach this? Maybe a ward would help, huh? Let's see, shall we? I really don't want to use another spell on this, but I feel like I kind of have to. I don't know if I have a spell that's gonna... Well, I'm gonna have to cast a spell anyway. I don't want to use up all of my spells right now, because if we have an encounter with a Dragon Priest coming up... Oh, crap. Well, it kept us alive. Well, that was quick. Alright, I think we can make that work, though. Because if we have an encounter with a Dragon Priest coming up, I want to have those available, you know? Get in there, grab it. Hey! I disabled it! What the hell happened? That thing shot at me after I had already taken the gem out of it. Okay, this is annoying. Let's I guess let's just block it and then dodge roll. Oh no! Things were going so well. Okay, there we go. Alright, Eric. Okay. Moving on. Is this that barred door from before? We just went in a big circle. Did I miss the key here somewhere? I feel like I was supposed to find a key to that well area. I kind of feel like it should be in here somewhere, huh? Maybe it was right here and the spell knocked it down? Does that sound right? Man, it's been too long since I played this one. Well, that would put the key down here somewhere. Was the White Lord maybe holding onto the key? It's not worth the wait. I gotta say, I'm pretty tempted just to cheat my way through this. Go back to the well and just use the console to unlock it or something. Okay, how about this? Let's reload that quick save one more time. See if there's anything on that little pedestal up there. It looks like there should be, but there wasn't. We'll check it out before we trigger that trap. Oh, it's probably just the bow and the arrows maybe up here. Great. Alright, let's do this. Don't die, Eric. Alright, yeah, maybe I picked it up and didn't realize it. Did that ice injure me? Okay, let's see if I'm missing anything here. Doesn't look like it. Let's move back up over here, huh? I think that's where that well is. Maybe I picked it up and didn't realize it. Oh, jeez. Seriously? Oh, this game sometimes, man. You guys getting sick of this yet? I know I am. Try to avoid healing unless I'm injured. Okay, quick save. Oh, that was a short dodge roll. I wonder what happened there. Oh, I did pick it up. Okay. Keep it together, Dan. Alright, looks like we're swimming. One more quick save and let's go ahead and go do it. Okay, looks like we might have some spiders up here. Had spiders. Looks like the skeevers took them out. Anyone else? Okay. This candlelight spell does not interact well with the these spider webs, do they? Look like one of those web walls. I kind of feel like there should be like a chest or something up here, doesn't? Am I just making stuff up? Some nice ore veins down here, though. Not that we're interested in that. Okay, let's see if we can do without the candlelight spell. I think we only have 5 spells left. And I'm wet. What does that do to me? Increased exposure, more shock damage, but resistant to fire. Okay. I don't think there's anything shocking us over here. Spells. Only 4 spells left. Yeah, let's try to conserve that. While we're wet, may as well see if there's any chests or anything down here worth looting. Alright. Wet anyway, may as well. Alright, I'm just using the torch. regeneration. We use that. Okay. Yeah, kind of, yeah, don't step on that circle, Eric. There you go. Feel it. Get some acupuncture. Oh boy. Might want to put some points into... Yeah, I don't know now. Been running low on stamina a lot, but we've been making up for it with the timed blocking, so... I don't know. I don't know whether to increase stamina now or magicka. Kind of feels like I'm more limited on magicka now than I am on stamina. Because if I run out of stamina, I still have the timed block option. Though that doesn't really help me against magic users or archers, where I would need to bash them out. That looks nice, huh? It's going to over-encumber me, though, so let's let Eric do his job here.
It just feels right.
Carrying all my stuff? Yeah, I know. Figured you'd like that. I can drop that. We'll have him hold on to that and that. Gonna have him equip the supple bow, so I can't have him put it in his backpack. The ancient Nord stuff, we'll have him just go ahead and backpack that for now. All this other armor that we're just gonna sell anyway. And any crafting supplies that we might have in here, he can hold on to that. Alright, and the extra water skins. Okay.
Let's get going then.
That's a cool looking shield. Too bad Eric has already made his decision on what shield he likes. Some pretty decent loot in here, huh? These must have been all the rich cultists. Okay, so the refectory was kind of their last stand, was it? I also haven't found any more, oh, there we go. Sorry, I gotta concentrate on this and then I'll continue that thought. I haven't found any more journal entries by that Storm, or Scorm Snowstrider. I feel like there should be more, don't you? Oh, there's some gauntlets to go with Eric's helmet. Okay. I feel like I should have quick saved before this. Looks like my torch ran out. And this is not a good place for that. Who's shooting at me? Okay, he's up there. How do I get up there? I don't know. Eric, you want to take care of that guy, please? You're the only one of us with a ranged option at the moment. I need to save my spells. Okay, let's try to stay elusive. Yeah, he's still shooting at us. Gotta stay moving. Sorry if I'm making anybody sick here, but it's kind of my only option at the moment. Just in the interest of time here, I know I spent a really long time in this dungeon already. I don't want to have to backtrack any more than I have to. Hearing doors opening. Is Eric trying to go find that Draugr up there? Maybe, huh? Looks like Eric's already using those ancient Nord arrows that I gave him. Okay, so...
I wonder what the ancient Nords used this place for.
I feel like there should be a switch or something to open that up. Maybe that's up there. I feel like I remember a lever like over here somewhere, but I could be remembering a different dungeon. Alright, we better quick save, it's been a while. Okay, I see more runes. Let's go ahead and see if we can... No. Crap. We're gonna have to try to draw this guy out because I don't want to trigger that rune. Alright, another quick save just in case I get too close to that rune. Is there anything worth grabbing over there? Don't think so. Lots of oil here. It's too bad you can't trigger the oil with the torch. That would be cool. Seems like you should be able to, right? Okay. So it looks like this is where they're harvesting ingredients, or cultivating ingredients for that poison that they've given everybody. Take care of the minions first to thin out the herd. And then take care of the big bad. Here's someone else. Okay. Okay, that went well. Now if we can just avoid running into another one of those soul gem traps, we'd be golden. Ooh. More to the story. All the blossoms are to be harvested at once and brought up to the alchemical lab. Then clear space and begin burial of the children's bodies. Ooh. That's a tough pill to swallow, huh? Oh yeah. These are all smaller bodies than the full-sized ones. Although a kid with a barbarian helmet is a pretty badass kid. Yeah, so Alusell's pretty cold and emotionless, but even something like this is gonna tug at the heartstrings a little bit. They took care of all the No, I didn't mean to take that. Killed all the children first. I guess that's the most humane thing to do, though. You don't want these children to be suffering through a siege without their parents. Although I feel like if they just surrendered, the kids would have survived, right? I don't know how ruthless or terrible King Harald was, but I think they would have tried to rehome those kids. At least giving them a chance at a normal life. Unless they're just that fanatic about wiping out the dragon cult completely. Oh, I thought I still had my distorted shape there. I must have taken too long. That they would just wipe out any remnants, even small children. Wait, the Nordic bow is actually pretty valuable. Okay, yeah. Which is kind of sad. But surely we can't use these poisons on our own brothers and sisters. This is plain madness. Even if the main stairway is collapsed and they find those in the front chambers poisoned, there's no telling what that they will stop from clearing the rubble and coming through to burn our bodies before Alduin's return. Rahgot, it is not that I fear death or refuse to lay down my life in the service of the gods. The snow elf raids in the northern lands may not be enough to draw off the snow strider when he finds us dead. All know of his tenacity. If we are to die, then let us die with blades in our hands rather than with poison on our lips and daggers at our children's throats. Oh, they didn't even poison the kids? They slit their throats? Yikes. Yeah, this Rahgot guy is pretty ruthless, I think. Yeah, I wonder what his motivation was to slaughter the kids and just kill everybody before trying to fight it out. Just don't know. Unless they were trying to house some secret in here. Sell that. Okay, yeah, we got a trap over there. Alright, bad guy. Oh, I got zapped by the trap. Through the door. That's amazing. Man, those traps are the bane of my existence. And this is after bolstering the magic. Well, I guess I'm not. I might still be wet too, which is increasing shock damage against me. I don't know, I feel like I'm probably dry by now, though. Yeah. The attributes that I took were increased frost resistance and increased fire resistance, though. Nothing to do with shock. Alright, we've got to do our best to avoid that. Okay, level and block is good. feel like maybe I should quick save you. Eric, turn around. I can't get in there. There you go. I'm not following him in there just to get zapped. Okay, that's I'm quick saving here. That's electric trap is really targeting me. It doesn't care about Eric at all. Hailstone, I have it, but I'll take it. Oh shit! All right, I gotta save my spells, so I'm using a potion here. Okay, whew, that was good. Quick save. Ooh, a dragon claw, great. And another Hall of Stories mural. Okay, that's where I came from. Mammoth tusks are valuable. What's in here? Expert lock. That trap is angry now. It's just thrashing. Oh, come on. I'm right there. Ooh, an ebony shield. Too bad Eric's not interested. Loot. Alright. Okay. Sorry, bear with me guys. A lot of lockpicking here. Ooh. God. Oh boy, alright. I feel like if this thing killed me, I owe it to myself to grab it. Oh jeez. Are you serious? That's twice now it's zapped me after I've picked it up. Okay, we may have to stall here for a little bit and wait for our health to replenish. Yeah, I really want to save my spells for maybe fire runes against the Dragon Priest, against Rahgot, and I'll probably need some warding too. Wow, so many lockpicks, or so many locks. This is just an apprentice level 1 though, so this should be pretty easy. Famous last words. Alright. Hopefully not a whole lot of locks going forward here. Still no journals for that Snowstrider guy. Wonder if he even made it this far. Okay. Running low on torches maybe. I think Eric has some extras that we can take. There you go. I nice hot shower in there, huh? Sure. Okay, there's a trap here. Are those spear eyelets there? Oh, let's believe they are. Yeah. Don't have to worry about disarming that trap using another lockpick. Yuck. Okay, I feel like we're getting close to the priest here. What'd you do, Eric? I know it's a cold cave. We don't have time for hot showers. Okay, looks like we have a key wall here. Oh, I thought it was a miscellaneous. It was the glass claw, right? Fox, owl, snake. Fox, owl, snake. There we go. Okay. This looks like a main chamber for a dragon priest of sorts, doesn't it? I think it does. So we're throwing down a quick save there.
I don't think I like where this is going.
You have good instincts. Yep, here we go. Alright, so let's try to blast him with some fire runes, maybe? Oh, that barely hurt him. Yikes, okay. I don't know, I don't have lightning runes. Oh, I do have a lightning rune. Let's try that. Destruction's increasing. Ah, crap. He's got a flame cloak, but I think we're resistant to flame. Alright, let's just try to get in there and bash him, see what happens. Okay, slowly. Okay, let's heal. Oh, and we're out. Great. Brilliant. Alright, well this is gonna get messy. I don't know that I'm gonna make it. Oh, I'm injured. This is not gonna end well. Yeah. Alright, let's try to 300 them over here. Okay, what to do, what to do. I think we need to save our spells for healing. How many spells do I have? That was like 3 or 4, wasn't it? Yeah, 4. Alright, let's see what we can do. Let's make full use of this distorted shape here. And of course I missed. Why you gotta stand right in front of me? Okay, so that might actually work if I can actually hit that first that first charging power attack. It just takes him forever to get out of that coffin. So, yeah, at this point, I'm glad I didn't go up to Legendary. It's not even popping, huh? Gosh. Charge and power attack did nothing. What's... Anybody else see that, where my torch bash just went completely slow for a second? Alright, let's heal up. I think we need some stamina potions. I can't avoid it. Alright, more healing. Am I gonna survive this? Quick healing helped. Maybe I'll just keep this active while I take care of some of his minions here. And I think the kill cam actually interrupts. That might be all my spells now. Oh, okay. Out of spells. Ugh. Wow, this is rough, man. Alright, I think I just have to go as cheesy as possible here, rush up to the Dragon Priest, and just start wailing on him as soon as I can.
I don't think I like where this is going.
Doing no damage whatsoever. Okay, heal, heal. Might have to make liberal use of potions, too, I'm afraid to say. Alright, let's lead the minions down here, giving us a free shot to Rahgot. Get out of there. Yikes. Okay, this is rough, man. Go, go. More healing. Oh man, really? Did he cast an armor spell on himself? Like, he really needed that? Stream. Okay, this is rough. No, hung up. Okay, did we... Yeah, okay, we defeated the priest. That's the main part. Okay. Alright, the problem is, all of these minions are so high level, they're all whites. Wonder if I can heal faster than they can damage me. So I can just stand here. No, that's not gonna work. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. Get back up, get back up. No, I'm gonna die. How frustrating. Alright.
I don't think I like this job.
Cast your healing spell there, buddy. Ugh, out of stamina. Ah. Oh my god. Alright, am I gonna have to turn down the difficulty level on this? This is ridiculous. Okay, so I wonder if I can actually lead all the minions out of this area if Rahgot would actually follow. I think maybe the best course of action here is to take care of the minions, stay out of range of Rahgot, and just take him on a one-on-one basis. Anybody else up here? Trying to stay elusive. Take care of the minions. Okay, we need some healing. Oh crap, I can't believe I did that. I ran right into it. Oh, I'm so sick of this. Alright. Here we go. Actually, that torch can be useful for the fire damage, since we can't get bleed damage. Okay. Take care of the minions. Follow me down here, puppets. Oh, wow. That Atronach really chased me down here, didn't he? And I'm out of stamina. I'm gonna need to use a potion because I need that. Come on down. Oh, that's annoying. Yikes. Ugh. Oh man. Didn't realize that the katana was unequipped. This is terrible. Can't even take care of his minions without using 7,000 potions. Oh boy, alright. Let's use a ward to get in on this guy. Might actually go ahead and quick save here too. Okay, the priest actually followed us. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Okay. Ah! Alright, ward time. Do I have a ward that I can cast? Yes. Stun lock. Ah, out of stamina. Oh my god. What is killing me? Is it just the flame cloak? That wasn't doing that much damage before. Wow, did he just go invulnerable? Does he have the same perk I do, the distorted shape? He seemed to go invulnerable after he cast his flesh spell. Oh my god. Before anything else, quick saving. Whew. I'm sweating. Alright, well at least I got the benefit of trying from Spell Twine. Forelhost balcony key. Alright, here's the mask they were looking for. All it does is increase stamina, so I don't know why they thought this was gonna like help them with their war effort or whatever. Oh boy. I'm spent. Okay, these guys better have some good loot on them to make up for it. I don't remember if those scourges were part of the minions there or not, but so far we had 2 whites? That had to be like 6 Draugr whites and a dragon priest. Oh, I don't remember this fight being so tough. Okay, well at least it tells us we're on the right difficulty level. Even though most of it is super easy. And honestly, I don't even know that much of it is that easy. I think I'm just making good use of the timed blocks and the tools that the character does have. So we've got some good loot, though.
It just feels right somehow, having this new light.
Wow, I cannot believe how much I'm actually sweating right now in real life. We'll hang on to the Dragon Priest mask right now.
Lead on.
Okay, well that goes up back out to the balcony. Is there anywhere else we can explore in here? I don't think so. I think we've pretty much hit everywhere. And I know there are more Draugr that I missed. Because I know I didn't just fight 2 Draugr whites. Where am I? It's not showing where I actually am. It's not showing the character. Oh yeah, here we are. Okay. So yeah, it looks like we've explored pretty much everything in this place. Okay, so we didn't really learn a whole lot of context for the story, I don't think. Not yet, anyway. There might be something more out here. But so far, we know that it wasn't King Olaf who was actually telling that story from a first-person perspective, unless he's much older than what everybody thought. Maybe that actually lends credence to the made-up story portion of from the Bard's College, where Olaf actually was a dragon in disguise. Stormcall shout. Alusell still doesn't really know what these word walls are all about. That may change at some point soon. I do have in mind certain things, certain ways he's going to react when he finds out, if he does find out in this story, about him being Dragonborn. But I don't know when we're going to get there. Yeah, so what did we learn? We learned that Olaf wasn't the commander making the harrowing escape from this place in Rahgot. That's probably the main thing. So I think that maybe what we can say was, since Olaf sent us here, maybe it was one of his ancestors that came here and kind of got corrupted by Rahgot, to become kind of the shadowy Underking figure. Or, I'm sorry, and that curse kind of got passed down genetically, as opposed to, however, it got passed from Tiber Septim to Haldir. It got passed down genetically from this ancestor who picked up this curse from Rahgot. It got passed down from his ancestors to King Olaf, and that started to manifest a little bit. He became corrupted from that curse, and kind of became the Underking figure. That was kind of advising Tiber Septim as he founded the First Empire and kind of conquered all of Tamriel. Wow, this game looks good, doesn't it? So, yeah. This would be a Rahgot curse, though. So, what I'm thinking is maybe Rahgot was kind of in cahoots with Hevnarak and Vokun, or Hevnarak or Vokun. So Rahgot's curse, or kind of influence on Olaf, was used to expand the dragon priest's influence, and kind of enabled Hevnarak or Vokun to curse Tiber Septim. And somehow Haldir found a way to take that curse away from him, and take it on to himself. And he spent close to an eternity, thousands of years at least, or hundreds of years anyway, at the very least, probably thousands, being tortured by this curse until he came across Alusell, who was promising enough to give him hope of actually lifting this curse and tying up some loose ends that were left way back in ancient times. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Something may happen in the future, depending on future releases of the Ghosts of Yore story. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. No major revelations here, except that, well, I guess Olaf's ancestor was here, not Olaf himself, and I don't think that's a major revelation. That's just kind of a small tweak that we had to make to line up with the timelines on all these things. So yeah, we're here, and not a second too soon either, because this is where we're supposed to end up for Part 3 of the Ghosts of Yore. Part 4 is already out. I haven't listened to it yet. I wanted to get here and experience this place first. But after this, I might need another vacation. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be back after I listen to the next episode, and try to figure out how to get that worked in. But I think next steps, depending on what the next Ghosts of Yore episode reveals, and what that kind of entails. I think we might head back up to the College of Winterhold, see if there are any new spells that we can now afford. I'd like to get Paralysis, maybe Detect Undead, maybe some other things from Tolfdir over there. And also, I want to finally get back to Caranthir, because that message from the past from Haldir, it might lead to some things that could really help Alusell out on his task. I don't know that we're going to uncover much more story in the Caranthir Tower over here, but I think that there are some things that will actually help bolster our strengths a little bit. And there's a lot of stuff there that actually fits well with Alusell's character that I'm eager to explore. So we're gonna do that at some time soon. I really think. Might also take breaks for more action-oriented bandit bounties, just to see if I can get closer to Red Sand Dance, because that's something I'm really looking forward to unlocking as well. And of course, once we get back to the Reach at some point, reforging the Galder amulet, just to kind of tie a nice neat little bow on that whole thing. Yeah, so that's where we're at now. That's where I plan on going later. I might hang out here. I can see Alusell making use of Valmir's camp. And maybe being visited by Haldir and maybe Olaf again at some point while he's camping out here, because it's fairly late. We spent a lot of time in that dungeon. I think it was like 4 p.m. And I'm running timescale 8, which is a lot slower than vanilla. So for us to spend what is that, 9 in-game hours in this dungeon, yeah, that's pretty crazy. And we do have a level up, but I'm going to take some time to think about how we're going to use that based on what we're doing next. So I think I'll take care of that in next episode, which will be a story episode, because there's a new Ghosts of Yore podcast out. So yeah, I think that's it. If that's not enough Alusell and Skyrim for you for one episode, then I don't know what to tell you, because that was a lot, and I'm a little tired of it myself. So yeah, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye.